Hello, you guys. Welcome back to Colby's Corner. Is that my? I can barely remember my intro. Oh my god. Yeah, welcome back to Colby's Corner, and today we're gonna be talking about a very passionate subject to me. All gay men come to the front. Gay men come to the front. Straight men too. Men come to the front, because that is what this video is about. I think the title of this video is going to be like, gay community, what can we do? What can we do? We need to fix this. I'm going to discuss this issue. It's gonna talk about, like, we're talking about predators, we're talking about porn, we're talking about, like, just the weird stuff. We're talking about the weird stuff, but, like, stay with me, because, like, this is something that I care about so deeply. I care about so deeply, and it's an issue that is just so prevalent, and I feel like no one is saying anything about it. Like, no one, like, we all see it. The people who see it as weird. The people who are into it are just into it but don't say anything and just, like, let it be. And then us people who are like, that's kind of weird, we just let it be as well. Like, everyone's just letting this issue be, and I don't like that. And the issue is that grown men be wanting little kids. The issue is that grown men want little kids, and, like, no. So let's start. I'm gonna talk about this show. It's all gonna come together. This might be a long video as well, because, like, I have so much to get to, but just come with me. So, men, are you sitting in the front? Gay men, sit in the front, because, like, we gotta do something. So the thing that pushed me to finally make this video is I was watching the show Queer as Folk. If you know this show, if you're a queer person, you probably know this show. It is like a staple in the community. If you are a gay man, you were probably exposed to this show too young. I think I first watched the show when I was, like, in middle school. I didn't watch the full. I literally think I got through 3 episodes and I was like, I'm kind of bored. But yeah, I was thinking about something to watch because I want to watch something messy. I just completed Love Island season 6, and so I just feel like watching messy TV. And I was like, I remember this show that I tried watching in middle school. Let me try watching this now. Shouldn't have been watching it in middle school, I will say that. But I was like, let me try watching it now, and I couldn't get. I'm sitting there the whole time just like, this is so gross. I can't do it. I don't know if I can get through it. I'm so sorry. Like, it's gross. And I'm gonna tell you why it's gross. So the first episode, at least, it centers around, and these are our main characters. It centers around this kid named Justin. Justin is 17. Then there's this guy, Brian Kinney. Brian Kinney is like in his 30s. Brian Kinney, I won't even lie, Brian Kinney's attractive. Brian Kinney is an attractive man. I don't know if it's like the white man effect. I don't know. I might be falling into a nasty old trap. Like, you know how ugly white men get to, like, take up so much space in people's mind. I don't know. But I find Brian Kinney attractive. Sorry. Not in the show, the actor. The actor is attractive. Like, I'll give him that. So Brian Kinney is like the gay horror trope. Like, he is just running through bodies. Like, he just fuck everybody. He's very attractive. Everybody wants him. He gets everybody he wants. It's just, that's how it is, right? And so there's this boy Justin, this kid Justin. Justin is having his first night on the town. Justin is trying out the gay bars. He's like, what's going on? Brian finds Justin attractive. So he goes up to Justin and is like, what you doing out here at this time, or whatever. He starts sweet talking Justin. Justin finds him attractive because, like, hot old man, like, whatever, right? So, and during their first interaction, it is so prevalent that Justin is like a kid. Like, Justin is just written to be, like, naive, not knowing what's going on. He's new to this, right? Because he's 17 years old, right? And so Brian, like, Brian is definitely picking up on this, right? Because he's asking him, like, terminology, and he's like, oh, what do you know about this? What do you know about this? And Justin's like, I really don't know. Tell me, sir, right? And it is just so weird. It happens the whole episode. Like, Brian is bringing up sex terms. Like, Brian is like, what do you like? They're in bed, right? Brian is like, what do you like to do? And Justin's like, what do you mean? I like video games. I like this. And it's just so weird because Justin is so like just written to be like a kid. Like just a boy, and Brian is just this old nasty man that is preying on him. And so maybe I can't talk too much on this because I've only seen 2 episodes, right? So I don't know like if they even address this age, because I'm pretty sure Brian and Justin go on to have like a full relationship and be like the, what is it you call it, like the OTP or something, like the relationship of the show. Like their relationship is like the center of the show. And so I'm not sure if they even address the age gap like in later seasons and address how Brian is weird and like a predator and like all that. But yeah, the whole episode is literally just this 30-year-old man who obviously has mental issues. Like Brian, oh my God. Another thing, Brian is high the whole episode. Like he takes this pill and so he's high and getting with this little kid. And it's just like, and then Brian finds out. Brian already knew that Justin was underage, first off. Like, please. Even though I'm pretty sure like wherever they're at, the age of consent is 17, but still weird. Why are you 30 years old going after a kid that he has to drop off to school the next morning? After they get it on, mind you, it's Justin's first time. After they get it on, he has to drop Justin off at high school. Brian is weird. It is so weird, but it's played like it's nothing. And I think that's what pissed me off the whole time. Like Brian's friends, the grown man's friends, the people, even just random bystanders who see them together, they're just like, what are you doing hanging out with this little boy? What are you doing hanging out with this kid? Oh, you sleeping with a kid? Like, da 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 da. And it's like, no one's taking it. Like, call the police. Call the police. They are just poking fun at Brian. Like, hey, you're dragging this kid around. Oh, this kid, boy, you better run. Like, they're all not taking it seriously. And it's like, no, y'all need to call the police on this man. Like, this man is on drugs and he's old. And like, I can't. It's so gross. It's so gross. And this show, like, also, it's from the 2000s. I'm pretty sure it started in early 2000, but like this is still prevalent today. Like there's still this, I don't know if I would call, like, I don't know, cause there is still like a thing in the queer community, in the gay community, of like wanting an older man and then older man wanting little boys. Like it is just a thing. It's a thing. And I'm gonna get how this is like a male issue in general, like not just queer people. But yeah, so this brings me to porn. Y'all know, I don't know if you know who Austin Wolf is. I don't know if you know who Austin, if you do, okay, basically, let me break it down. Austin Wolf is a porn star, right? He made content that was like, it's like barely legal content, you know, barely legal, like fresh out of high school boy. Like it's that kind of content. And I remember seeing it on my Twitter timeline. I was like, this is weird. And the thing is, other people pointed it out as weird. Like there were several tweets of people like, oh, Austin Wolf always like them little boys. Austin Wolf is always with some young twink and da da da. Like it was just an ongoing joke. But the thing is, it's not a joke. It's weird. We need to call it weird. Like this is weird. And like the captions of the videos would be like, this is what happens when little boys follow me to this place. I caught this little boy looking at me. It's always, it's so insidious. It's so like, because it's all like I don't know how to break it down because there's so much wrong, right? It's putting the kids in this like, it's painting out like these young boys to be like, well, the young boy wanted me. I'm just giving him what he want. The little boys of course the young boys want grown men. Like that's really, it's a thing. Like, remember when we were children and we had celebrity crushes that were grown people? That young people have crushes on adults all the time. It's the role, it's the job of the grown person to not be weird and be like, no, that's not it. This is weird. It is so weird. And so many people do it. Austin Wolf has sons, you guys. Like, Austin Wolf has, there are so many other people that do the same content. And so, let me get back to where I was going. So, Austin Wolf had weird content. I remember seeing it and being like, there's something off about that man. Like, there's something weird. All the people he was doing videos with literally look like they're straight out of high school, still in high school. It's weird. And I'm just like, why is nobody, I remember just sitting there being like, why is nobody saying anything about, like, there are people who are just ready to collab with him. There are people who still find him attractive and wanted to do videos with him and stuff like that. And I'm just like, who's gonna tell him this is odd? Like, who's going to investigate this, man? Because it's weird. Because another thing is, if you are 45 years old and you'll sleep with somebody who's 18 years old, you'll sleep with somebody who's 17 years old. Like, please, if you are old as hell and you will date a 19 or sleep with a 19-year-old, you'll sleep with an 18-year-old. And if you'll sleep with an 18-year-old, you'll sleep with a 17-year-old. Like, it just clicks down. If it was legal, and here's another thing. For the old people, obviously it's illegal to sleep with people underage, right? But would you do it if it was legal? Would you do it if it was? I fear if it was not illegal to sleep, if like the age of consent was what, 15, I'm pretty sure Austin would be doing collabs with 16-year-olds. I guarantee there would be so many people just messing around with 16, 15, 17, 18-year-olds, and they would be grown as hell. I promise you. And that's where I'm like, it don't stop at 18. It don't stop at 18. And lo and behold, why did Austin, just a couple weeks ago, or was it a month? I don't know. It was a couple while ago. I was scrolling on Twitter. Austin Wolf got arrested for child pornography. A lot of it too. And I was just like, duh. I saw that headline. It was Pop Base posted this, which is crazy. Pop Base posted that. I was like, oh my goodness. But yeah, like, duh. He makes content about him luring 18-year-olds into a gym bathroom or something. Like, duh. And so I'm like, who's gagged? And the thing is, here's my thing is, I need people to start being held accountable. The studios that were working with him, the people that were collabing with him to make this weird content, I need y'all to kind of go to jail too. I kind of need investigations on all of y'all. Yes, because the thing is, there are so many grown people, old people who are like a part of this thing. Like, there are professional studios, porn studios that make that like set up this content, who set the scenes for this, and they're like, yes, this is what we're doing. They're feeding on this kink, I'll call it, of pedophilia. Like, no, I'm not gonna call it a kink. Pedophilia, that's what it is. They know there's a thing for pedophilia, and so they set it up, and they give it out to people. And it's like, I need y'all to be held accountable for like does that make it, like, because you're allowing this stuff. Austin Wolf should not have been allowed to make content like that in the first place. That's where I'm saying, gay community, what are we gonna do? We got to start like Xing this out, because like I said, Austin Wolf has sons. Austin Wolf has not sons, like people who do the same thing that he does. Like, they're his son, right? You know? And so there are so many other people who do the same content, and like, that needs to be like cut out now. I need Twitter to not even allow videos like that. Like, we need to put a stop on it, because like there's predators right in our face. We're looking right at the predators. Like, I'm pretty sure there was just a little OnlyFans star who was like, he captioned it like, I don't know, like, breaking into my son's room or something in the scene. I didn't watch the video. Let me clarify that. I saw like I don't know, someone retweeted it and was like, oh my god, this is weird. And I had seen the person before, the guy, not in person. sorry, this is not important. There's an OnlyFans creator. There's an OnlyFans creator, and the caption was like, breaking into my son's room or something. And one, that's not abnormal. The captions being like, sometimes the video is not in reference to that, but the caption will be like that, and it's weird. But basically, like, the set of the video was like set to be like a little boy's room, and it's like, you gotta go to jail. You have to go to jail. You need to be investigated. Like, it's weird. And so where I see where we need to take action, because like, it's just running rampant. It's running rampant, and there are y'all. I'm not gonna spill my tea, but I'm gonna say read my mind. I've been in the gutter of gays. I've been in the gay gutter. That's all I'm gonna say. I've been in the gay gutter. I've been in the gutters. So I know there are a bunch of grown ass men out there who want little boys. It's a thing. And so my thing is, why are we making content? What's the word? Like, for those people? Why are we making content for predators? Why is barely legal even a subgenre of porn? Why? Because these people know that there's weirdos out there. There's predators out there, and there's pedophiles out there who watch these videos. And so they say, well, if they're watching, it's making us money. We're going to make content for them. That ain't weird. Y'all kind of got to go to jail. Oh, I need jail, like Kamala Harris style, like jail. Like, I need jail time for a lot of y'all. And I think, like, it's time to investigate. It's time to investigate, because kids are like, we're staring predators right in the face, and they're just getting to do what they want to do. They're just getting to do what they want to do, and it's like, they're not even hiding it. Austin Wolf was not hiding the fact that he, like, was doing weird stuff. Like, this was just the content he made. Him messing around with young boys. And then there's another issue, not to like victim blame or anything. Sorry, I put that in quotes. I didn't mean to. Not to victim blame or anything, but there are also a bunch of young men who like that shit. There are a bunch of obvious, like I said, like, they're the victims in this situation, but there are a bunch of young men who also want to watch this content and who are into this content, and they kind of need therapy. I kind of need therapy. I'm not into that shit, but like, I like older men, not old. Why am I getting into my? No. I need therapy. It's a thing. I like 3 years older. 3 years older. I'm into in my own life. I don't think I've ever messed around with anyone my age or younger. I just haven't. So like, maybe that's a thing that I need to get investigated. But like, it's time for therapy. My point was, it's time for therapy for all of us. All of us that got a little too much love for older men. It's time for therapy. It's time for therapy. Now let me get to how it's an all men issue. Y'all, straight men do this too. There's so many. Okay, let me start with this weird type of gay person who will like see this stuff and be like, ugh, why y'all gotta do this? Why y'all? And I think they're more trying to say, like, why are y'all putting that out there? Like, why are you reporting on this? Because basically what they'll say is, now straight people have a reason to think all gay people are pedophiles. Basically, they'll say something like that, and they'll be like, why are y'all sharing this? Because now they're gonna think we're all like this. And it's like, who cares? First off, if a straight person sees what Austin Wolf was getting up to and like, oh, see, they all like that, they're just homophobic, you guys. Why do you care about appealing to homophobes? Who cares? Who cares? My point is we need to protect queer youth. Protect the kids. Get the weirdos locked up. That's what I'm worried about. That's why I don't care. I don't care what they can think we all. I don't care what they think. Cause they're dumb. Homophobes are dumb. If someone looks at Austin Wolf and is like, "Oh, that's how they all are," they're dumb. I don't care. I don't care. Like, I'm not explaining myself to dumb people. Like, who cares? Who cares? So yeah, I just had to get on them real quick because they're weird. They're like, oh, now they're all thinking they're all gonna think we're like who? Like, no, we're gonna keep reporting. We're gonna keep locking these men up. It's time. And so my thing is also when they make tweets like that, y'all, there's a bunch of straight men who do this too. Barely Legal is a straight porn category as well. There are a bunch of grown men out there who like make content about like girls who look like they're 16, 17, 18. Or girls that are 18, 19 and they be 40, 50, 60, 70, all the ages, too old. Straight people do it too. Straight people have the same thing going. And so I was making this link, right? Because I'm like, what is this? What is this issue? What is it? It's weird. It's really, really weird. And so I made a tweet. I forgot what the tweet is in response to, but I was like, lesbians. I was like, lesbians, come to the front. Are there, like, is it a problem in the lesbian community of older women, like, preying on young girls? Is that a thing? And it might be. I'm not fully researched, but I remember getting, like, 3 replies from alleged lesbians. They didn't, like, say blatantly, but they replied to the tweet, so I assume. They replied to the tweet and was like, no, we don't do that. No, I don't think so. Like, it was stuff like, and I'm like, boom. The problem is men. men are the issue. Men are the issue. And so that's why in the queer community, gay community, and the gay, I keep saying, I'm because this isn't a queer, this is for people who identify as men. Like, men, this is men. And so the reason I think it's so, like, prevalent in the gay community, not to say that it's not as equally prevalent in the straight community, but like this is the community I reside in and I look around it, so I'm talking about us. I think it's just because there's so many, it's men on men. It's men on men. There's so many men, and so it's just like this is what men like. Old men like preying on young people. They like the power of it. They like the reminding it of their youth. They like it. And so when you have a community that's just full of a bunch of horny old men, horny young men, it's bound to happen. It's bound for the old men to take advantage of the young men. It's bound to happen. So my thing is, what are we gonna do about it? What are we going to do? My solution, we stop making access. We stop, like, what's the term? Like, we need to stop it dead on arrival. That's not the term I'm looking for, but that's the term I can think of. We need to, like, dead. It needs to be dead on arrival. Cut the barely legal content out. You should have to go, like, on the dark web to find that. It should not just be readily available to anybody. Because you're tempting people. You're tempting people. It's no. So barely legal content needs to be eradicated immediately. I'm glad that all these porn websites are now like making it. You have to like show verification that you were 18 years old. We need that everywhere. All sites need to do it everywhere. Period. And when these old men start making these, we need to stop allowing that to happen, because Austin Wolf was making content like the young boy content for a long time, and people just weren't saying anything about it. His peers in the industry were just letting it happen. The people viewing the content were just letting it happen. Other like actors were just letting it happen. Stop letting it happen. Call it weird. Call it what it is. It's weird. Make these men look weird. Like, that's kind of weird. You're making content about you messing with a freshly 18-year-old boy. That's weird. That's kind of weird. You're making content about you being a 50-year-old stepdad to a 16-year-old son. That's weird. Like, call it out what it is, because it's this is actually happening as well. There are young queer people getting taken advantage of. There are a bunch of old queer men on the apps, on the streets, on the prowl for young boys. This is real. So, like, no, we need to dead it now. Dead it now. Like, please. Because there's so, like, Austin Wolf is not an anomaly. Austin Wolf had like a bunch of weird shit in that case, and I hope he spend the rest of his life in nasty ass jail. But yeah, what I would say, Austin Wolf is not an anomaly. Austin Wolf is not the only one who is actually doing shit. All these people who are making barely legal content, they are probably messing around with minors. They have probably messed around with a minor before and just didn't care. They're probably not IDing people that they sleeping with. They don't. And then another thing, as an old man, why are you sleeping with someone that you need to ID anyways? If they look too young, you need to move. Y'all are weird. It's so icky. It's so icky. And I just want better for gay people. I want better for the community. And it's just like, we gotta do something. We gotta do something. Because this is gross. This is gross. Like, Queer as Folk, back to Queer as Folk, the show. They're like fan edits of Justin and Brian. Like, people like that relationship. I don't know if it, I don't know. I'm going to watch to see like analysis of the show from this point of view. But like, in that, I remember being a kid and like watching like their, you know, like how they put like Brian and Justin, their story on YouTube, and it like shows the clip of their relationship. Like, no, people were standing. People were standing. People loved them. And so it was like, ooh, looking back now, me being grown, I'm like, oh, that is nuts. And that probably did something to my psyche. Yikes. But yeah, we gotta do something. Men are the issue. Men are the root. Now that we know that men being weird are the root of the issue, we gotta do something. Because it's just it's a never-ending cycle. The young boys get pulled in by the grown men. Then the young boys get traumatized. The young boys turn into grown men, and then they go after the young boys. And it's a cycle. It's a cycle. And then I don't know. I feel like the young boys wanting the old man. A lot of it's a thing in the queer community. Like the gays who listen to Lana Del Rey and love their old men. Like, ooh. They kind of have daddy issues. Men, the fathers giving them daddy issues. Then they going after you see, men are so evil. I need them eradicated immediately. If I had to kill myself to eradicate all men, like all men on earth, I would do it. Please, the world would be like, yuck. I hope this video made sense, because I care so much about this issue. But like, yeah, we gotta do something, because men are ruining everything. They're ruining everything. And so I bring this to the gay community because, like, I feel like we're supposed to be better. We're supposed like let's do better, because like I said, I don't know. I know straight people, heterosexual men are so many of them are predators. Like, please. So like, I know that's happening over there, but like, hold on, they gonna have to fight their own battles right now, because like, can we start on what we got? Gay people, gay men, can we start focus on what we got? Can we focus here and figure out what we got? What we gonna do? because this can't keep happening. This can't be it. I can't. How many Austin Wolves are we gonna let just like go under the radar and nothing happen until it's too late, and then we all looking like, I thought his content was a little weird. I didn't know he was actually up to something. No, yeah, you did. Regular people do not just make like barely legal content. That's weird. That's weird. Something's off. So yeah. I just want better for my people, and so what are we gonna do? I already pitched y'all my idea. We start deading this stuff on arrival. Investigate these men, these old men collabing with 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds. Investigation. Open it now. If you make content, X-rated content, you need to start calling it out. Being like, oh, that's a little weird. That's a little weird. These studios need to start calling it out. These studios need to stop letting that stuff happen. And realize that men are the issue. It's men. Men are predators. That's all. Is that all I have to say? Y'all, once again, I hope this video made sense. And I get the themes are a little ridiculous. The themes of this video. And I feel like this is not a normal, but yeah, it's just been on my spirit. Like, it's been on my spirit, and it's like, I see it happening, and we gotta do something, because I care about queer youth. I want queer youth to be protected. I want queer people to have, like, I don't want it to just be routine that young queer men have just, like, have messed around with old men. Like, I don't want that to just be a norm. Like, yeah, I was messing with an old man at this age. Like, yeah, I don't want that to be the norm, because that's disgusting, and it's sad, and it's weird, and it's I hate it. So let's stop it now, and we need to stop letting these predators get away. I wasn't watching Austin Wolf content. I knew that shit was weird, but like it was people watching. So yeah, but yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. I hope you liked. Comment if you realized this as well. I feel like, and the thing is, I feel like I had to say this because I feel like so many people recognize it, but like no one's saying anything, or no one's doing, like, we've been told that it just is what it is. Like, that just barely legal content is just what some people are into, and we just have had to accept it. But like, no, jail. Okay, thank you for thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by Colby's Corner. Like, subscribe if you would like. Let's talk in the comments. I love like discussion in comment section. So like, yeah, let's talk. Catch you in the next one. Bye.